Good morning, everybody. It's Miss Lisa here. Today we're going to talk about sculpture. Sculpture is a piece of art that is three-dimensional. And three-dimensional means that it's something that you can move around. Maybe not your whole body, but you may be able to put your hand around it. Mobiles that hang from the ceiling, that's a form of sculpture. There's sculptures all around. There's a lot of statues. Whoa, there goes one of my sculptures. There's statues in cities. Those are sculptures. They are made out of stone a lot of times. And that takes a lot of talent. But we could make little mini sculptures out of rocks. And I'm going to read you a little story, and it's entitled Everybody Needs a Rock. It's one of my favorite stories, and I hope you like it. It's written by Byrd Baylor and pictures by Peter Parnell. And I think the pictures are very beautiful. They're simple, but they're really pretty. It says, everybody needs a rock, a pet rock. I'm sorry for kids who don't have a rock for a pet. I'm sorry for kids who only have tricycles and bicycles, horses, elephants, goldfish, three-room playhouses, fire engines, wind-up dragons, and things like that, if they don't have a rock for a friend. That's why I'm giving them some ideas for finding a pet rock. Not just any rock. I mean a special rock. One that you find all by yourself. And take as long as you need to find your rock. Idea number one. If you can, go to a mountain made out of nothing but 100 million small, tiny, beautiful, roundish rocks. Maybe if you can't, any place will do. Idea number two. When you're looking at rocks, don't let mothers or fathers or sisters or brothers or even your best friends talk to you. You should choose a rock when everything is quiet. Don't let the dogs bark or the bees buzz near you. Idea number three, bend over, even more. You may have to sit on the ground and put your head very close to the ground without touching the earth, and you can look for a rock right in the eye. Idea number four, don't get a rock that's too big. You'll always be sorry. It won't fit in your right hand, and it might not fit in your pocket. A rock as big as an apple is too big. A rock as big as a horse, way too big. Idea number five, don't choose a rock that's too small. It will only be easy to lose, or a mouse might eat it. And don't get one that's as small as a seed. Idea number six, the size must be perfect. It has to feel easy in your hand when you close your fingers around it. It has to feel jumpy in your pocket when you run. Some people touch a rock 1,000 times a day. There aren't many things that feel as good as a rock, if your rock is perfect. Idea number seven, look for the perfect color. That could be sort of a pinkish gray with bits of silvery shine to it. Some rocks look brown and really have other colors. You only see them when you squint and the sun is just right. Another way to see colors is to dip your rock in a clear mountain stream if one is passing by. Idea number eight, the shape of the rock is up to you. The thing to remember about shapes is this: any rock with 100 other rocks around on a hill. Oh, it says any rock looks good with 100 rocks around it on a hill. But if your rock is going to look special, it has to look good all by itself. see. Idea number 9. Maybe sniff the rock. Rocks have their own smells. Some kids tell by sniffing whether a rock can come from the middle of the earth or from the ocean or from a mountain where wind and sun have touched it every day for millions of years. And idea number 10, don't ask anybody to help you choose. You have to make up your own mind, and you'll know which rock is good for you. So, some of you may already know Miss Lisa loves to collect rocks. Every time well, not every time, but almost every time I go on a hike, I look for a rock that reminds me of the hike. If I'm with a family member or a friend, sometimes I'll have them write their name on the rock for me, and we'll put the date so I can remember that time together. Because I'm very thankful for being able to hike, and I'm thankful for going on hikes with friends and family. That's something that makes me really happy. So I wanted to show you a few rocks that I've turned into pet rocks. And this one says Love Rocks, because I think love really does rock. And then this one here, and we named them too. This one here is called Froggy. See, he's got 2 little rocks up on top for his eyes. This one is a walrus. We got a couple of ladybugs, and these are sculptures in a way, right? Because they're 3-dimensional. You can go around them. This is a little butterfly rock. Oh, this one is one of my favorites, the purple people eater. Yep. Oh, and this one here is the French artist, Moïse. See? With a little beret. Yep. And then these were ones that a little student made for me, and they're sparkly and they have dots. So those are sculptures, right? And I want you to think about maybe making your own sculpture during the holidays, or maybe making a puppet. You know how Miss Faye does her fabulous puppet shows? Maybe you can make a puppet too. Maybe you have puppets. But this is an old sock, and I decided to use a couple of pom-poms and feathers. I just had 2 little holes cut at the top, and I put the pipe cleaner through the 2 holes and wrapped them around the feathers. I think that's a cute little puppet. And then this time of year, I always put out my little ceramic owl. A friend of mine gave me this years ago, and I put it out every year because I'm thankful for that friendship. And when I look at owls, you know, if I was going to draw an owl, I would think of the shapes. We got ovals and then a little oval, right? So remember that. And look how different this owl is. It looks a lot different than that owl, but they're both owls. And then look at this little green owl. He's so cute, right? So I decided I would make an owl puppet. And so there he is. Ovals, right? Triangles. That's kind of like a diamond shape for his nose. And then the feathers are like almond shapes, or like your eye, you know, like it's like an oval with points, right? See? And I made him with bright colors. The sock was washed before I used it. Okay, another thing about sculptures. Like I said, they're everywhere. These are connecting pieces of plastic, right? And I decided to make a person. See, the head, the arms, the legs, the arms. You can make anything with those. What about these blocks here? This is a sculpture, right? Because I could put my hand around it. And that's like the building, and this is the garden, and this could be a tree. But I always want you to think about materials that you might have at home, supplies that you already have that you could use to make a sculpture. What about some tin foil, right? You could maybe ask your mom or dad for a piece of tin foil. You could wrap it around I poked little holes and put pipe cleaners in there. I think that's kind of fun. You can put beads on there. And then as you practice, just like with your writing and your reading, you got to practice your art. It's important to do that. So I was trying to make a bird. See, I started, it's a couple of wings. So you can have a lot of fun with just tinfoil, right? Making a bird out of tinfoil is pretty hard. That's why I wanted to show you this. Keep it simple at first, and as you practice, you'll get better and better, and you'll learn how to move your hands more. And also keep in mind, you might have something in your found art box to use for a sculpture. I hope you're collecting things. And last but not least, Miss Lisa would like to say, with her little Indian dolls that she's had since she was maybe your age or a little older, I would like to say thank you for being you. I love each and every one of you, and I miss seeing you in person. But I know that you're in my heart and always will be. So you have a wonderful Thanksgiving, and remember, help each other out during this holiday season. There's a lot to do, like Miss Beth Ann said. And keep in mind, we should always be thankful because everyone has wonderful things that they are grateful for, like you. Bye-bye now.